47 seconds to go. Great pace. Now has the luxury of chewing up that clock. Alan Kaidik. Here in this.
Hello guys, first of all I would like to greet everyone a Merry Christmas. Sana po itong Christmas season nakapagbigay sa atin ng konting saya at saka po pag-asa na malampasan po natin itong pandemic na na-experience natin itong 2020. And hopefully by next year makakuha na ng vaccine at maging normal na po ang ating everyday life. So for this episode po, ang ipapakita ko sa inyo is laban po ng Añejo 65 versus Great Taste Instant Milk. 1988 po ito, all Filipino, and second year po ito sa PBA, second year ko. And napakagandang laban po ito kasi kaya ito po ang napili kong ipakita sa inyo itong Christmas season. Kasi po, talaga dito po nag-umpisa yung rivalry ng Great Taste at saka Anejo or Ginebra versus Presto later on. Kaya po, sama-sama nating panoorin itong game na to.
Kaidik, 3 points!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We don't really have all that time for amenities because it's already game time here with the Ultra. Anyway, we're here to offer you the first of another explosive doubleheader by way of a weekday offering of the 1988 All-Filipino Conference. The main event tonight will see the Pure Foods hot dogs taking on the Alaska Milkmen. But what may well steal the thunder from that main event is an equally explosive matchup now unfolding before your eyes between Añejo Rum and Great Taste. I'm Joe Cantana, and working this coverage with me tonight is Dr. Andrew J.
Thank you very much, Joe. Yes, we have the Añejo Ram going against the Great Taste Milk Masters. Both of them are known as the Masters. The other one is the Ram Masters team. Great Taste coming off with Philip Cesar, Arnie Tuadles, Alan Kaidik, Pido Harencio, and Sunny Cabatu, while Añejo going off with Rudy Distrito, Romulo Mamaril, Saldi Latosa, Leo Isaac, and Chito Loizaga.
While the Great Taste Instant Milkmen, or Milk Masters, if you will, are toting a 3-0 card, which means they are unbeaten in 3 outings. Ginebra San Miguel has a 1-1 record, and here's Rudy Distrito right down the middle, setting the tone of things that Great Taste will have to expect from this running Añejo ball club.
Those were the first 2 points of the ball game. Yes, Joe. Saldi Latosa is a new addition to the team because he was reactivated. Dennis Carbonilla has been put into the inactive list, and Saldi Latosa has been reactivated, and that's the reason why Sonny Jaworski is starting off with him tonight.
Pido Harincio misses from the corner. And talking of Saldi Latosa, he's been coming in and out of the PBA like a yo-yo.
Well, yes, he went back to the amateurs, but Ginebra had him in his lineup in the first conference. You're only allowed 13 Filipino players, so I think he was put into the inactive list. But maybe Sonny felt that he didn't need Dennis at this point, and he would need a person of the experience of Saldi Latosa during the All-Filipino tournament.
Rudy Distrito misses from the 3-point region. Philip Cesar scrambles for the loose ball. The Great Taste Instant Milk Masters are in the dark colored uniforms. If you're watching this in black and white, in blazing color, they've got a blue with a white and yellow trim scheme. Alan Kaidik found himself in a big fix. Kabatu to the rescue.
Alan Kaidik has that uncanny sense of looking for his teammates when he gets into a bind like he did in that last play. Found Sunny Cabatu underneath the basket all alone, who used the glass to tie the ball game at 2-all.
Well, here comes Leo Isaac to give Ginebra or Añejo back the lead at 4-2.
Well, Leo Isaac is also a good offensive player besides being a good defensive player, and he would like to challenge Alan Kaidik to play some defense against him. Leo Isaac very good with the perimeter jump shot.
Philip Cesar's drive was thwarted by a preemptive foul given up by Saldi Latosa. One more time around the block for the blue shirts. And our referees who are calling the fouls, the errors, and the violations in this contest are Messrs. Payais, Ocampo, and Bartolome, wearing numbers 29, 30, and 32 respectively. Alan Kaidik, the left-handed gun, it misfires.
He had to try off a hook shot there, and he was not prepared to take it at that point. Very tight pass by Latosa to Leo Isaac, who was fouled going up to the basket by Pido Harencio.
Well, Pito Horencio had several choices as to where to land, but he opted to fall right on the shoulders of Leo Isaac to foil Isaac's undergoal snap. There it goes. In slow-mo, see?
Yes, make sure that he knew he was probably going to give up a foul when he bit into the fake. So the only thing that he could do was to make sure that there was no chance for a three-point play. The 2 points had to come via the 15-foot line.
Oh, quick think on the part of
Pito
Horencio.
That's right.
But let's see if the gamble pays.
Well, he saved.
It did, yes.
Possible maybe 2 points now if that shot had gone in.
5-2 is the count. Añejo up by 3. Here comes Sonny Cabatu. Cabatu has scored all 4 points of great taste so far.
He's a regular southpaw, and he loves going to the left a lot. Rudy Distrito there trying to drive to the basket with a drop pass that was interfered upon by Pito Horencio.
Right now, Dr. J, we have a crowd of about 4,000 here at the Ultra, but you can expect this to swell to sellout proportions by the time, well, we move to possibly the third quarter, because people are just getting out of their offices right now.
That's right. Another thing, Joe, is that during the All-Filipino, usually in the first game, we only have about 3,000 people to start off the game. But enough people here to make the Coliseum look pretty good at this point. Shows the popularity both of Añejo and the Great Taste team, who are leading the tournament right now.
That's right. Añejo with a 1-1 card against the unbeaten slate of Great Taste. Here's Arnie Tuadlas going up against Chito Loizaga. What a magnificent shot against Chito.
It was a difficult one because I thought that Chito played him good defense all the way. Sal de la Rosa working there. And Arnie is one of the top scorers together with Alan Caidic for this Great Taste team in the All-Filipino.
Well, collectively, this is now getting to be known as the Rejuvenated Ball Club. After a miserable performance in the Open Conference, they have come out smoking and with a vengeance here to defend their crown.
And they borrowed that term from you. Anyway, 5 points now from Leo Isaac, Joe. And another powerful offensive rebound by Sonny Cabatu. That's 6 points for Sonny Cabatu. He's using his height and heft against Romulo Mamaril and Sal de la Tosa, who are in the front line.
The surprise pistolero tonight of Baby Dalupan, Sonny Cabatu. Sal de la Tosa goes to Leo Isaac. Defensive lapse on the part of Great Taste.
How about Leo Isaac? He has 7 of the 11 points of the Añejo team.
So it's shaping up to be a private duel here between Leo Isaac and Sonny Cabatu.
Although they are not guarding each other, and you have to remember there's a 3-point shot by Alan Caidic off a screen. It's Leo Isaac who is defending against Alan Caidic, and so far he has beaten him in their own matchup. No?
Right. Leo Isaac to Rudy Distrito. Distrito scored the first 2 points for Añejo. He gets in his fourth. 13-8. Back to a 5-point lead for Añejo.
It's the backcourt scoring again for the Añejo team. Most of the points coming from the backcourt tandem of Leo Isaac and Rudy Distrito.
That was a good cut by Alan Caidic, but somehow he just can't find the iron. The follow-up by Sonny Cabatu produces a foul.
What's evident here in the first quarter is that Sonny Cabatu is just overpowering the centers of the opposing team. He's using his heft and quickness against Mamaril. Even though he's not a very quick player, he is much quicker than Mamaril underneath the 3-second area. No?
And so, let's face it, Dr. J, he's about 15 pounds heavier.
And he's also much younger compared to Romulo Mamaril, who's already 32 years old. See?
Oh, that makes a big difference. And here comes Leo Isaac.
If I'm not, Ato is number 2 in the all-time scoring list, and he was the first person to reach 10,000 points in the PBA.
2 records that will stand for all time, huh?
That's right. Well, he's second right now, I think, to Fernandez, no? But
he was first.
Yes, Ato was always a scorer.
And Rudy Distrito is a very prolific performer tonight.
It's all the guards doing all the job for Añejo, and that's what makes them a very powerful team, even though the front court lineup isn't that strong.
They have to get some mileage too from their guards, and Pito Horencio answers the clarion call.
I like that term, Joe. I've always liked that term.
Thank you.
Proud clarion.
The military in you.
3-point shot again by Rudy Distrito. He makes it. So the 2 guards. Distrito has how many points right now?
9 points right now, Dr. J.
Leo Isaac also has 7.
7.
That's 16 of the 18 points of the team.
The only other guy who has scored is Latosa with a bucket. Tuadlas at point-blank range draws the foul from Leo. First personal for Leo Isaac. We're approaching the halfway house of the first quarter. 14 fouls already for Añejo. 65 run against only 1 for Great Taste.
That's typical of the Añejo team because of the kind of defense that they play. Usually they get into foul trouble quite early in every quarter. And I think Sonny Jaworski also realizes it. That's why he has Don Ampalayo sitting on the bench for the meantime. let Sal de la Tosa give up some of the early fouls, use him as a reserve to Don Ampalayo, and try to preserve the personal fouls of Don.
Well, Sonny Jaworski certainly is husbanding his resources very well, including himself.
Well, Joe, I have to tell you frankly, and I'm sure that a lot of people will probably agree with me. Sonny has been a good coach for this team in the past few years, no? And I know he's a good coach because he beat my team in 1986.
Yes, he did. I wonder if we've already forgiven him for that. All right, Pantalasol to the basket. Romulo Mamaril gets into the scoring picture.
Yes. Well, I've never taken it personally because both of us were looking for our first championships. I think it was one of the best championships that was fought, no? And that was proven by the television and ratings and all that time at that point.
A beautiful series indeed that was. A beautiful game unfolding. And
that's right, partner. Congressman Freddie, we have a regular visitor here at the Ultra, especially when Congress is not in session. Loves the game and he always goes back to his roots, no?
That's right. Basketball always beckons to him the way the goal seems to beckon to Romulo Mamaril each time he gets hold of the basketball.
Well, Mamaril answered the first 2 points of Ateco on the other end. There's Harencio really taking it strong to the hoop and getting the foul from Romulo Mamaril. That's going to be his second personal foul, a 6-point lead being enjoyed by Añejo.
And Adidas is the official outfitter of the PBA. Just thought you'd like to know.
Yes, those are the uniforms that the referees are using.
Oh, you can very well see the Adidas emblem right there on the right side of their chests.
A lot of the teams also use them, their uniforms. There's our 2 misses by Pido Harencio.
22-16 is our count. Great Taste laboring under a 6-point handicap. Sal de la Tosa fails from the side. Look at him going for the loose ball, keeping the ball alive in Añejo turf.
Well, Sal de la Tosa fighting for a job in the PBA. That's why you can see all the hustle. And Mamaril has scored the last 6 points for the Añejo team.
Mamaril for captain of the United States Olympic team.
What Olympic team?
Well, they haven't formed it yet. Quadless. Okay.
Traveling violation called against Arnie. They're taking extra steps. And Ginebra trying to put on the pressure right now against the team that has not been defeated. You know, it's also a team that has a lot of pride, so has great taste, and there is prestige, as far not prestige riding in this ball game too.
A lot of actual stakes going. Loizaga, leisurely from the corner, overshoots right into the hands of Sonic Abatu.
It's an air ball actually. 8-point lead being enjoyed by Anejo. Harencio looking for Atoyko.
Atoy hasn't gotten any shooting room yet. He's not going to get one right now. Okay, one more time on the block, says he. He drives inside. Battle for the rebound, won by the human beanpole.
Mamaril is playing so well at this point that he must keep away from foul trouble. He already has 2, but he's very, very steady for the team.
He's already contributed 6 points. Unproductive thrust by Añejo.
Yes, plus a couple of defensive rebounds.
Hey, look at this. Quadless dragging Loizaga down to the floor with him. And there's a conversion on the opposite side of the floor. The shot counts. Sonic Abatu picks himself up from the floor.
And Rudy Distrito has a 3-point play coming. 2-on-1 situation. Rudy Distrito did not elect to pass. We have a timeout called by Great Taste right now, Joe.
Rudy Distrito on the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Could give Añejo their biggest lead of the ball game. It stands at 10 points right now. Rudy already has 11 points in the ball game and make that 12.
During that last time out, Dr. J and I were chewing the fat, and we decided that these 2 ball clubs seem to have one thing in common: the propensity for starting out very strong and then sort of
fizzle out a little bit in the end.
In the end game.
You can, if you remember the game against Alaska, Añejo went off to a 12-0 blast in the first quarter before fizzling out. There was Distrito giving up against a foul against Atoy, and both of them still talking to each other. Former teammates in the Crispa Redmanizer camp.
That's right.
That's why Philip is the one who goes over to pacify Rudy Distrito.
They nearly came to blows. There was nearly a physical confrontation. And there's Atoy coming up with a big grin. Well, I suppose Atoy is the more senior player, so...
Yes, he's more mature right now. Already have 17 fouls. So any loose ball or defensive fouls later on are going to mean 2 free throws for the Great Taste team. No?
That's right. Here comes Philip.
There is foul going to the hoop by Mamaril, and he made the shot.
That was a windmill shot, perfectly executed by Philip against Romulo Mamaril, and the Tapal artist is in for a three-point opportunity. That would be the third personal for Romulo Mamaril.
Yes, Joe, I always knew you were a balladeer at heart, calling that the windmills of his mind, of Mamaril.
Well, I actually am more of a Don Quixote than anything else, Dr. J.
No, but you are a good singer, and that's proven every time we have the opening ceremonies here in the PBA.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. J. I'll sing a song for you even the next time.
Even before I knew you, I used to watch you at some shows that you used to have. Your brother knows that.
You must have been intoxicated coming over to watch me sing. 27-19. Leo Isaac. Yes. Almost a miraculous shot there by Leo. And he's really running berserk with 9 points now. 3:26 in the balance for the first quarter.
Oh. Leo Isaac gives up another blocking foul against Philip. So because they are in the penalty, that'll mean 2 free throws again for Philip.
Harman Codinera checking in along with Joel Santos. One substitute for each ball club. That was Sonny Cabatu, who was relieved.
Yes. Joel Santos has been a good addition to the Great Taste team in the All-Filipino. He's about 6'4", close to 200 pounds. So his height and heft have certainly helped. No, he hasn't been scoring that well. He's been averaging close to 7 rebounds a ball game, Joe. So that certainly helps the Great Taste team. Top rebounder in that squad is Sonny Cabatu, followed by Philip Cesar and then Joel Santos.
His recruitment was actually made mandatory by the continued absence of Abi King. I'm not saying he has really filled the big shoes of Abi, but he certainly has done a great job.
Plus the fact that they know that most probably Joey Carpio will be out of the lineup for this conference.
Oh, there's Joey Carpio too. The absence
is going to tell against them. No?
You bet.
But so far they've been doing very well.
Bernie Fabiosa beats Dondon Palayo in the battle for the loose ball. Here comes Atoyko in open court. 25-foot shot. Oh.
He almost had it, you know. It was a real long 3-point shot. Añejo still enjoying a 9-point lead.
I'm just wondering, Dr. J, how many 3-point bombs could Atoyko have exploded if they had it during his prime? That was during the early years of the PBA.
Well, yes. There were a lot of shots that Atoy took within that area. And, you know, at that time, he was still a youngster and he had very powerful legs. You know, in the amateurs, when he was still playing for Mapua, Atoy was playing center for the team and he could really dunk the ball without an effort when he was in 1971, 70.
I remember him very well. Harman Codinera connected earlier. Atoyko misses again. And here's Joey Loizaga. Fresh legs infused into the ball game by Sonny Jaworski. The brothers Loizaga both on the floor simultaneously. Dondon Palayo, Harman Codinera. Almost a platoon substitution here by Sonny.
Yes, leaving only Leo Isaac there actually together with Chito Loizaga. No? But the others have contributed. That's Distrito Mamaril. They have contributed.
Joey's shot smacks of a cold touch. And here comes Bernie Fabiosa on the blue side of the floor. Oh, a red herring. And a perfect setup job there for Philip.
Well, they have played with each other for about 15 years right now, including the time before the conception of the PBA. So more or less they know each other's moves very well. Philip Cesar and Bernard Fabiosa.
They've never really parted ways, huh?
Yes. Even with Shell, no, when they moved on. They were together in Shell, and Leo Isaac comes up with a good penetration against Atoyko.
Atoy disgustedly reaches for the sky to acknowledge his first personal, opening up this 3-point opportunity for Leo Isaac and another chance for a Baker's Dozen lead for the Fighting Añejos.
Well, Isaac is having such a good game. Already 2 guys have been sent against him in defense. And so far, he has outplayed both of them. That's Alan Kaidik and Atoyko. Big names that he has really swallowed.
And the look on his face is a virtual challenge to Baby Dalupan. Bring in anybody else you can.
Bring in the Sherman tanks. Si Kaidik coming in for Arnie Tuadles. He's also having some problems doing his work against Chito Loizaga, and to match up, Chito Loizaga is now being given a rest since Arnie Tuadles is sitting on the bench.
Well, right now, Baby Dalupan is suffering from a handicap of sputtering outside artillery.
Excuse me, Chito thought he was going to be substituted. If not, Gonzalo came in for Leo Isaac, and Isaac must have been surprised because he's been really going great guns, you know.
That's right. Well, he needs a rest too. Bernie Fabiosa goes to position, the corner shot. 1:04 to go. You can see that. Right hand bottom side of your screens.
10-point lead being enjoyed by Añejo. They have controlled this first quarter very well, although Great Taste has shot pretty well also. They already have 24 points.
And there's less than a minute to go in this first quarter. Loizaga slips, but he keeps the ball alive. Goes to brother Joey.
And a good swipe.
A perfect strip away there by Bernie Fabiosa. And a scintillating home run by Alan Kaidik. 34-26. Great Taste finally breaking through the double-digit barrier.
Fabiosa still showing why he's one of the best point guards, because he not only has offense like he shot in the other end, he also has pretty good defense against anybody.
Anybody. As a matter of fact, he has proven that. He is now the undisputed Sultan of Swipe. Cross court to Harmon. Oh, that was a tight baseline drive by Harmon. Good defense played by the blue shirts. Philip will probably be called for the foul, or let's see who.
There was a collision between Fabiosa and Joey Loizaga, but I don't know who the foul is going to be called against.
Okay, there's Mr. Ocampo clarifying matters there with the table officials as we review that last piece of action in slow-mo.
There you can see in the bottom screen, Fabiosa giving that fist to Joey Loizaga and then spinning around as if he got hurt.
What a guy. What a guy. Well, that's experience and savvy for you. All in the game.
Punching foul, Fabiosa.
Punching foul called against Fabiosa.
How specific can you get? A punching foul on Fabiosa.
Warning on Fabiosa.
Warning on Fabiosa. He is warned to remember that he is not Mike Tyson.
Although Mike Tyson's only 5'11", right?
5'11", about.
Fabiosa is about 5'9".
Okay, just
But,
2
you
inches
know,
difference.
It's punching foul called against Fabiosa.
And he's complaining to June Bernardino that he got the elbow first from Joey.
2 free throws now be given to Joey Loizaga. Warning had been called against Bernard Fabiosa. First free throw by Joey is good for his first point.
You know, I hate to be in the shoes of guys like Attorney Salud or June Bernardino. Every time something happens on the floor, the players seem to think that they can simply come to them and lodge their protest. And I love the stoic attitude they've taken, especially Attorney Salud.
That's very true. So the second free throw being fashioned by Joey Loizaga. You see, in a punching foul, I think this is the first time this has happened here in the conference. It's 2 free throws for the offended party plus possession of the ball to that team. So you see, Joey Loizaga was given 2 free throws and their team continues to have possession of the ball.
Well, in a way, yes.
Crispin Aljosa had to remind the referees who were a little bit waving about that call because it's the first time that it has happened here.
I don't think a similar recurrence has occurred in the Open Conference because as early as the start of the 1988 season, they had already implemented, or rather promulgated, that new rule. 36-26. And we move to the second quarter with Añejo riding high on a 10-point lead.
41, Loizaga.
And according to his personal time-honored tradition, Sonny Jaworski checks into the ball game at the start of the second quarter.
He's picking up Atoyko in defense. Dante Gonzalgo assigned to Alan Kaidik. There's going to be a pushing foul called against Dante Gonzalgo. Kaidik really had some problems going against Leo Isaac. Sonny Jaworski sending a much taller player, Gonzalgo, who's 6'3", to defend against Kaidik. Although I think Kaidik may have the faster feet, you know, compared to Dante Gonzalgo.
Well, he's a lot more agile. At low post. Atoyko with a suicidal drive, and it pays off.
Left-handed shot there by Atoyko. Found himself really trapped, but he's a natural southpaw, Joe. You don't know, I don't know if many people know that he signs his name with the left hand.
He's like an ambidextrous fighter, a converted southpaw like Marvin Hagler.
But he shoots with his right hand, you know.
That's right. Here comes Joey Loizaga.
Oh, down on the floor again.
And this time he's wincing in pain. Well, he tried to challenge the gauntlet paused on his path there by Philip Cesar. Well, Philip is not exactly the kind of guy to give out a chip shot, so I suppose that had to happen somehow. Well, he backed off with his butt on Joey Loizaga.
You can see Philip was the first person to try to give a hand. And out to Joey Loizaga, who had found an opening in that play. Went through 3 men, actually. Fabiosa on the other end, and Philip was the last line of defense in that play.
36-28. 8-point advantage for Añejo Rum. 11:19 to go before the 11th-time break. Well, the fall didn't affect the foul shooting hand of Joey Loizaga, that's for sure.
He was the top scorer in their conquest of the San Miguel Beer team. He had 23 points and was voted the most valuable player of that game. Joey Loizaga, really a tough player, exciting in the mold of a Jojo Lastimosa and Samboy Lim, who likes to penetrate, and you can expect them to get hurt from time to time.
The hazards of the profession. The baseline drive by Philip Cesar.
Tough shot there by Philip, who has 6 points in the ball game right now.
Well, only a grizzled veteran like Philip can get away with an act like that. 38-30 is the count. 8-point lead for Añejo. Here comes Jaworski. A failure by the Big J. Atoyko boxes everybody out of the rebound. Fabiosa finally clearing the 10-second line. They're in the front court. Añejo defenses falling into place. Atoyko moves to position. One of his favorite angles, and he missed. 38-30, still a count.
But you can see the blue shirts are coming very quickly back in defense after a miss to try to prevent the free throws. There's going to be an offensive foul called on Cordinera. Illegal screen there.
A moving violation by Harmon Cordinera. That's his first personal. A turnover for Great Taste. That's the second team foul for Añejo against only one for Great Taste.
Counselor Philip Cesar receiving the ball there, throwing it back to his buddy, Bernard.
You know, you can hardly think of Philip Cesar without Atoyko and Bernie Fabiosa. These three guys have really been a very close troika all through all their playing years.
Yes, they are like the Three Musketeers. They only lost their D'Artagnan somewhere along the line. Oh, what a pass there. Ampalayo still trying to get his first 2 points. And it's going to be a fast break for the blue shirts who are really running.
And Atoyko puts a lot of flesh into that fast break theory.
What's happening right now is the blue shirts are getting warmed up at this point, the Great Taste team, and Añejo having some problems. Their lead has been cut down to only 4 right now.
It once stood at 13. Jaworski working behind a pick set up by Dondon Ampalayo. Oh, he's going to try to exploit this mismatch with Bernie Fabiosa. Jaworski dances inside. Oh, miscue between Jaworski and Harmon, and a 25-second violation. That's right, the shot clock just expired on Añejo.
Well, it would have been a bad play even if Harmon had caught the ball. He would have had about 1 second to take a shot with his left foot in front of him, so he was really not in stride at that point. He was going for an offensive rebound.
Jaworski probably wasn't aware of the shot clock.
I think they held on to the ball too long in that play without really setting up a good play for a good shot.
And Jaworski tries to redeem himself by pulling up a heist against Atoyko. It didn't work. It stays in the backyard of the blue shirts.
Atoy was able to knock the ball off the knee of Sonny Jaworski in that play. 14 seconds left in the shot clock for Great Taste, Joe.
And he was
Step in play.
Yes, sir.
And Sonny has lost his man again in the fray. His man is Atoyko, and Atoy had an open shot.
Big evening unfolding here for Atoyko. Gonzalgo from the corner. Ball getting away from Philip Cesar. And Dondon Ampalayo does what he does best.
Work underneath the basket.
And play the Golden Scavengers role.
His first 2 points of the ball game, and it was a lucky break because the ball fell into his hands underneath the basket.
Right. 8:43 in the balance for the first semester. 40-36, just a 4-point lead for Añejo. Well, that bailed them out of the woods temporarily. I said temporarily because Alan Kaidik promptly did something about it, and now they are really closing in.
It was a very beautiful pass by Philip Cesar. Jaworski losing his man on the backdoor play. Alan going to the basket, fouled by Sonny, making the shot, has a chance for a 3-point play, Joe.
And a chance for Great Taste to pull up to within a point. Big uphill climb here, staged by the Great Taste Instant Milk Masters. It's a 1-point ball game. A 13-4 explosion by the Great Taste Instant Milk Masters.
Well, they need some organization right now, the Añejo Ram team. They had it in the beginning with the outside clipping of both Rudy Distrito and Leo Isaac. Both of these people are sitting on the bench right now.
Another bad pass dished out, this time by Danny Gonzalgo, but it was last touched apparently by Bernie Fabiosa, so it stays in the turf of Añejo Ram. fresh lease on the basketball as well as the lead for the Rum Masters. Joey Luisaga against Kaitik. Corner shot. Tondo ng Palayo. Skirmish for the rebound results in a foul by Atoy.
Foul.
The Milk Masters versus the Rum Masters. Well, they're both masters, but I've got the doctor beside me.
Okay, we have Abatuan coming into the ball game to replace Joel Santos. Abatuan, a transferee from the Alaska Milk team, going to Great Taste. Alaska already overburdened with too many players in that squad. A three-point shot by Joey Loizaga offline, and Sonny comes up with the offensive rebound and the follow-up shot.
Sonny Jaworski bailing his ball club out of the woods again, giving them a fresh 3-point lead with 7:50 to go in the first half. Kaidik working on a pick by Kabatuan. The pick and roll didn't materialize. Sonny Jaworski continues to stick to the tail of Atoy Ko. Atoy finds himself in no man's land. Oh, try to go outside with Joey Loizaga. Look at him galloping to the iron.
Well, he did everything in that play. He came up with the steal, a tap of steal, eventually getting the 2 points, with Ampalayo giving him the room and acting as the possible trailer. 3-point shot by Kaidik. Bullseye.
3 points.
I know Alan Kaidik was as cold as a cat's nose at the start of this ball game, but it looks like his hand is now burning, and that's bad news for Añejo.
Well, what I really felt is that Isaac guarded him so well compared to Dante Gonzalgo. You know, Isaac really stuck to him and really fought all the screens that were being provided for Alan Kaidik.
Arnie Tuadles reporting to the table officials. He's checking in at this dead ball as Atoyko checks out.
That's right. Tuadles also was very cold in the first quarter, but you can expect a scorer like Arnie Tuadles to pump in the points here soon.
Dante Gonzalgo with a pump fake and a failure. Philip Cesar pulls it down. Fast break in the works for the Blue Shirts. Tuadles carries it all the way to Beaconland.
Can't stop the scorer. Fabiosa almost with a steal.
The Philip Cesar act didn't work. And we've got a pair of arms and legs in perfect entanglement there with a foul going against Tondo ng Palayo. First personal.
Yes, Ampalayo jumping over Arnie Tuadles, but again it was Fabiosa who made that play possible, coming out of nowhere, getting high up into the air and saving the ball.
We've got a timeout.
Timeout, Añejo, round 65.
An embattled Añejo squad coming out of their huddle with playing coach Sonny Jaworski. The score is dead even at 44. They once led at 13 in the first quarter.
I think the Great Taste team found their stride here in the second quarter and continued to put on the pressure both offensively and defensively, and eventually the guys that were expected to score have come into the picture and scored.
Sonny Jaworski with a near interception as Philip Cesar keeps it alive for the Blue Shirts. He goes to Allen. The reverse layup is no good. Tondo ng Palayo at the right place at the right time for the defensive rebound. Jaworski. Fancy pass to Chito. Brother Joey snaps it up on a jump shot.
And
foul, Arnie.
Yes, Arnie caught him on the arm there in that play. He acknowledges the foul. That will mean 2 free throws for Joey Loizaga.
Looks like we'll finally have some movement in the scoreboard, which has been stagnant for the last minute or so as we approach the halfway point of the second quarter. 4-4, 4-4. It's still 4-4, 4-4.
Joey Loizaga, before that missed shot, had gone 4 out of 4 from the 15-foot line plus a jumper for 6 points. So I really knew that you believe that Joey would make at least one of these 2 free throws, Joe. But he makes the second one.
Oh, he's a lifesaver. 45-44. Añejo surges back to the lead. Brady Fabiosa confronted by Joey Loizaga. Danny Gonzalgo is on Alan Kaidik. Chito Loizaga keeping a close tab on Arnie Tuadles. Sonny Jaworski is floating around like a wild card. And Alan Kaidik comes up.
Kaidik has gotten over his points all over Dante Gonzalgo, and maybe perhaps they might need Leo Isaac back in the ballgame.
I don't believe this, Dr. J. A 5-point cluster by Allen in the space of 2 seconds.
That's right. After a conversion and interception, some problems here. Sonny is being pressured on the outside. A 4-point lead now being enjoyed, and a 2-point game as the reverse layup was made by Chito Loizaga.
So Great Taste lead is down to 2 points. Well, that last phenomenal performance by Alan Kaidik is one for the Guinness Book of World Records. Here's Arnie Tuadles. He pulls up. Yes, sir.
Can't stop the scorers because eventually they're going to get their game going, and Arnie has 4 points ever since he returned back into the ball game.
Dondon Ampalayo takes matters into his own hands, dances inside with a jackknife shot, and is in for a three-point opportunity. 51-49. Watch that again in slow-mo. Very memorable moment here for Dondon Ampalayo. Foul was slapped against Philip.
Against one of the best defensive forwards, he forced him to give up a foul and a chance for a three-point play.
14 fouls apiece. 51-50. 1 point game for Great Taste. Here comes Arnie Tuadles. It was a great pass, not exactly a great catch, as Chito Loizaga disputed the basketball with Arnie Tuadles. It's going to be a jump. A fresh face showing up on the floor for the first time tonight. Mike Cristobal taking the plays of a tuckered out Philip Cesar.
As you can see, Coach Baby Dalupan does space his men very well. Sonny Jaworski on a fast break clip going against Cristobal and losing the ball upstairs. It's going to go over to Great Taste.
The breaks certainly are falling the Milk Masters' way at this point. And Cristobal is going to be a great match for Jaworski, bulk for bulk.
They've always gone up against it during the Crispa and Toyota days. No?
That's right. Alan Kaidik. And Abatuan forces Loizaga to a held ball?
No.
Or was it a foul?
A foul called against Abatuan by referee Juno Campo. This ball foul.
51-50. Añejo Rum tugging at the coattails of Great Taste. They're looking to regain the lead. If they can hit pay dirt, they will have it right back. No pay dirt.
Double foul.
Double foul instead.
I think between Joey Loizaga, I don't know if it's Cristobal or Tuadles on the other end.
And this affair is getting to be very physical at this point. The referees are climbing up the walls, trying to keep it under rain.
Well, it's between Joey Loizaga and Dennis Abatuan.
Warning on Abatuan. Warning on Loizaga.
Double foul.
Jaworski inbound. Joey confronted by Mike Cristobal. Nani Gonzalez gets a pick from Dondon Ampalayo. The shot is up. Great.
Well, with that basket, the Añejo Ram grabs back a 1 point lead with only 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. A good second quarter, actually.
Yes, sir. From here on in, it's not going to be a picnic for either ball club. Great Taste. Bungling the opportunity. A fast break in the works. Dondon Ampalayo is fouled in midair by Arnie. Second personal for Tuadles.
Tuadles goes over and apologizes to Ampalayo. 2 free throws. 4-on-2 situation here in the break. The only thing Arnie could do was really slap him in the arm to prevent him from making the layup shot. No?
And KP is the official basketball shoes of the PBA. Incidentally, our birthday greetings to Phases Disco manager, the lovely Grace Figgis, who is celebrating her natal day today, July 7th. We won't tell you how old she is. Let it suffice to say that she's old enough. And also young enough.
Old enough to drink, you mean?
Okay. Or get a driver's license?
Yeah, yes. Definitely. Two-man game there between Fabiosa. Then he tells Arnie Kaidik to clear the lane for him. Comes up with a jumper of his own. It's going to be short.
Kaidik shielded the ball with his body. Stays in the backyard of the blue shirts. And Pito Harencio, after a very forgettable stint in the first quarter, was given a second chance here by Baby Dalupan.
Well, he is really giving a good rest to Bernard Fabiosa, who played a great game. Not only scoring, defending well, and coming up with a lot of interceptions. It's going to be a foul called on Dante, I think.
Well, they tried to make a hamburger sandwich out of Mike Cristobal.
And Bai didn't like that idea.
No. He wants to buy that hamburgers, not be the hamburger.
Yeah, yes. They almost put ketchup all over him, too.
Well, you're making me hungry. Okay, another dispute here. Jaworski stepped on the sideline. Arnie Tuadles against Chito. The turnaround, beautiful.
Arnie has been going strong here in the second quarter. He has 10 points in the ball game right now, 8 from the field and 2 from the 15-foot line.
Jaworski. Gonzalgo. Quick hands by Arnie Tuadles. Fast break in the works. It's going to be a home run. A piece of cake for by Cristobal.
What happened there was because Sonny penetrated, he's the safety guard for the team. There were no guards to come back and protect the fast break play of the Great Taste team.
Right. And we're down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds in the first half. Tito Loizaga, top of the key against Alan Kaideco. Oh, unmolested. Dondon Palayo comes up with a triple. Another defensive lapse here by the Great Taste Instant Milk Masters is Dennis Abatuan almost losing the handle there to Dondon Palayo, but they will inbound after this time. 2:52 to go in the first semester, 57-55, just a 2-point lead for Añejo. And Sonic Abatu looking for the equalizer. Thwarted in his design by Dondon Palayo, and here comes Joey Loizaga.
Dondon Palayo had a good, clean, black 3-point shot by Sonny Jaworski, and it gets them back on track.
Jaworski finally hitting his stride from the 3-point region and giving Añejo a 5-point lead. By Cristobal tries to get it back on a very ill-advised attempt.
You're right, Joe, because they had a 5-on-4 situation there. They should have done it slowly, and a good play. Chito is down on the floor.
What was that Seb Sarmiento said in the last coverage? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
It's a good assist pass here. Cristobal stepping in, giving a nudge to Chito Loizaga, who goes trooping down the floor. Misses the shot, will have to take 2 from the 15-foot line.
While the Rum Masters being able to regroup and getting their act together after practically being smothered by a tremendous uprising by the Great Taste Coffee Makers, overpowering a 13-point deficit that stared them in the face at the start of the second quarter.
Not only did they overcome the lead, partner, they even took the lead.
That's right.
For quite a while here in the second quarter, but Ginebra with a couple of 3-point shots, one from Dondon Palayo and one from Sonny Jaworski, have climbed back to the lead, and now it's posted at 7 points, 62-55.
2:18 to go. We're still in the first half. Great Taste already in penalty. Añejo still has 2 fouls to give. Wadless isolated against Chito Loizaga. The quick hands of Chito Loizaga again. Oh, another beautiful steal consummated by Añejo, and a home run consummated likewise by Dante Gonzalgo.
That was a 10-0 blast by Añejo. They were Great Taste was up on top by 1, and now they're down by 9.
All of a sudden, the Instant Milk Masters instantly went cold.
Chito's really played good defense against a posting up Arnie Tuadles. Arnie has been making his points on fast break play or jumpers, but not penetrations on the inside.
That's right. Well, Chito definitely has got his number. Perhaps they ought to work out another ploy if they want to anchor these offensive thrusts on Arnie Tuadles.
Intimidated.
Yes. Joey goes to brother Chito. Joey goes right back to brother Chito. Chito goes to Palayo.
Well, that's being patient, partner. They didn't take a poor 3-point shot. Both of them were ashamed to take a 3-point shot. Eventually, they worked the ball to a very high percentage shot.
Very unseemly case of gun shyness on the part of the Loizaga brothers. By Cristobal. A great block by Dante Gonzalgo. Alan Kaidik, nobody marked him. And you can't leave this guy. Not even the slightest breathing or shooting room.
That was like a piece of cake for him.
Yes.
Only 50 seconds left here in the second quarter.
The guy virtually sleepwalked through that corner shot. 66-57 are the exact figures posted on the scoreboard. Sonny Jaworski goes for a 2-pointer. He misses. Arnie Tuadles clears the board. Finally gets it over to Mike Cristobal. Sonny Abatu continues the fluid motion all the way to the iron.
That was a very clear case of poor defense on the part of the white shirts. All of them looking at the ball instead of looking at the blue shirts running down. And Añejo just leading by 7 points right now as Great Taste tries to mount another comeback.
Only 16 ticks to go. The drive by Dondon Palayo elicits the foul from Sonny. Well, there are really 2 Sonnies on the floor, one for each team. Sonny Abatu and Sonny Jaworski, but neither Sonny was called for the foul. It was by Cristobal.
Cristobal giving help defense. giving up the foul against Dondon Ampalayo, who has 12 points in the ball game right now. Dondon started this bench of Ginebra with a 3-point shot. He has 13 points in the ball game right now, close to his average here in the Filipino, which stands at 14 points a ball game. And this is only the second quarter.
Well, if you go by the team standings as they went into this ball game, you would consider Añejo Rum the underdog, and a victory by them tonight would constitute an upset and would throw the standings into a big mess. Jaworski misses from the three-point region. Kay Dick with a great catch of a beautiful outlet pass. He tries again. Arnie Twadless. 4 blue shirts right there to make sure that they get the last basket in this first semester. It's 67-59, 8-point lead for Añejo, and we'll be right back.
So halftime score is 67-59, lamang po ng 8 points ang Añejo. Sa start pa lang po ng game, ng first quarter, maganda po ang pinakita nila. Lalo na po si Rudy Distrito, si Leo Isaac, at saka si Mamaril. Na-dominate po nila yung first quarter, kaya lumamang sila ng 10 points. Pagdating po ng second quarter, medyo nakahabol po kami, naka-regroup kami, but na-regain po nila yung lamang nila through the courtesy of Coach Sonny Jaworski, si Dondon Ampalayo, yung Loizago brothers, at saka si Dante Gonzalgo. Kaya po lumamang sila ng 8 points at the half. So panoorin po natin itong second half. Full of action po ito, at makikita nyo talagang physical at saka rugged yung game. Panoorin po natin.
A product of Vulcan Chemical Corporation, now on its 35th anniversary, and we are into the third period. Long pass by Philip to Dennis Abatuan. Philip says, rather, Atoyko inside.
Yes, you know, Atoyko caught the defenses of the Añejo Ram snapping, actually. Cut in from the weak side, got a good pass from Abatuan, and made his 2 points. So we have the backcourt tandem of Rudy Distrito and Leo Isaac, who practically destroyed the Great Taste team in the first quarter, but there was a miss by Rudy Distrito there.
Yeah, that's right. He got completely free access to the baseline, but squandered the opportunity. So it's still a 4-point lead being enjoyed by the Añejos over at the resurgent Great Taste Instant Milk Masters. A good drop to Sonny Cabatu. Atoyko wants the ball. He moves to the 2-point zone, brings it a lot closer, and bangs it in off the glass.
Yes, it's a fighting Atoyko we're seeing in the ball game tonight. He has scored the first 4 points for Great Taste here in the third quarter, and they have cut down that lead to only 2 at this point.
Oh, he has come into this ball game with a murderous attitude. Jump shot by Leo Isaac. Philip Cesar plucks it off the air.
Well, Distrito and Isaac really cooled it on the bench in the second quarter, and they were called in the first 2 attempts here.
Atoyko. He goes to Sonny Cabatu.
Now that's your classic pick and roll play, partner.
You're right.
Pick given by Sonny Cabatu. Look at it. He gets 2 men ganging up on Atoyko, who rolls in. Atoy gives the bounce pass. The weak side help coming just a little bit too late. Actually, there was also a mismatch. Cabatu should have made the shot and gotten a possible 3-point play.
You said classic pick and roll. It used to be known as the screen and slide, which goes to show you that the terminology in basketball is really a very fluid thing. Eh?
Yes.
It's changing with the times.
Well, those terms both apply very well. Screen and slide, it really applies. Pick and roll, I think we've helped in some of the innovations, no? Because we've studied this from American tapes, no? Eventually, the
and we've come out of some of our own, which were borrowed by American commentators.
That's right, and the Filipino fan already are very familiar with our terms, no?
If we may say so ourselves.
So it's a tight ball game right now. Sonny Cabatu with 12 points in the ball game. It's a 6-0 blast by Great Taste.
A foul by Sonny Cabatu. Mea culpa, mea culpa. Yes, sir.
Ako may kasalanan. At least I prevented the easy 2 points of Mamaril, which is true.
That's right, because if Mamaril, well, if the referee had not called the foul, Mamaril would have told him, isusumbong kita sa Diyos.
Mahilig ka pala sa ganyang klaseng sini, partner.
Ay, nako. I'm a fan of Tagalog movies. Chito Loizaga, he misses. A good drop to Mamaril.
So Mamaril was going to get his 2 points in that play no matter what happens, you know.
69-67, Mamaril with a very prolific evening. Already 8 points to his credit. Bernie Paviosa in a mid-air collision with a human pylon, and here comes a fast break in the works. Leo Isaac beating the sound barrier. Rudy Distrito coming in from behind. Running smack into phalanx of defenders. Bernie Paviosa with his second personal.
Rudy Distrito going to the 15-foot line. Good assist pass given by Leo Isaac to Rudy Distrito as he drew 2 blue shirts to him. Fabiosa coming out of nowhere to give up the foul against Rudy. Rudy already with, let's check this, 12 points in the ball game, make that 13 right now.
67-70, just a 3-point lead for Añejo Ram. 10-10 to go in the third period.
Miss on the second free throw. A 3-point lead being enjoyed by Añejo, but Great Taste really closing in at this point.
Bernie Fabiosa playing the point as usual for the blue shirts. Philip Cesar against Chito Loizaga. They can't get the ball to low post. Atoico is amply covered. Here comes Sonny Cabatu, picked up now by Dondon Ampalayo. Oh, pass intercepted, yes.
Got himself into trouble in that play.
Dondon Ampalayo out sprinting Bernie Fabiosa, but missing the hoop entirely, and he looks absolutely distraught.
Abatuan had a poor spin there. Ampalayo knew that Fabiosa was lurking there for a possible steal, so he protected the ball well, had an easy layup. Couldn't believe he missed that play.
Well, it happens to the best of them. Dondon, try again.
3-point shot by Dondon. Not a very good shot selection after missing a layup.
No, not really. 70-67 is the count. Those figures have been there for the last couple of minutes. Philip Cesar. Now he has to cope with the barrel-chested Chito Loizaga, but it gets his shot off the glass with a foul against Chito to boot. Second personal for Chito.
Possible 3-point play for Philip Cesar, and more important, the equalizer coming up on this free throw. Philip working his way in. He's one player that can play all positions. Earlier he was doing the passing. He could be a real great point guard, a good big guard, and at this point a power forward in that play.
What they used to call, under the old semantics, as the utility man. Leo Isaac, he fails on a turnaround, and Sonny Cabatu prevails in a rebound battle. All 200 pounds of him, and Philip Cesar keeping in stride with Leo Isaac. Inches his way close to the goal. Is sandwiched by a trap defense and loses it to the baseline. The trap defense worked magnificently for Ginebra, or Añejo.
Philip very dismayed in that play. He was trapped by two guys. Ampalayo working one-on-one. Goes to Distrito. And Philip Cesar clearing the boards.
Unproductive thrust by Añejo Ram. And Great Taste is going for the lead. Look at Romulo Mamaril ramming the ball right down the throat of Dennis Abatuan. Oh, they got into loggerheads in that piece of action. Watch that again in slow-mo.
It's a great defensive play, both by Chito Loizaga, who closed the baseline. Eventually Mamaril with his long arms stuffing the ball down the throat of Abatuan, almost having a complete steal, but forced to a held ball. Cabatu powerful in that play, but loses it, and Abatuan comes back with it and passes it to the referee.
Dennis Abatuan mistook the referee for a Great Taste instant milk master, and here's Dondon Ampalayo again with a heartbreaker.
You know, this time it was really his fault. He had the opportunity to use the glass. He went straight up. So two muff layups by Dondon Ampalayo. 70 all is the count. Helter-skelter in this ball game.
Absolutely right. Straight out of the Keystone Cops, and here's Philip Cesar. Knocked away by Chito Loizaga. One more time round the block for the instant milk masters. And Dondon Ampalayo is being relieved by Dante Gonzalgo. Ampalayo just couldn't seem to get his game together. Well, at least he exploded in the second quarter to the tune of 13 points. But he is blank here in the third.
He was trying a little bit too hard in many plays, you know. Abatuan is now being replaced by Kaidik. Abatuan given some semblance of playing time to get himself, you know, rotated with the game of the Great Taste team. Ato is the one who's playing well for them in the third quarter.
And we're seeing a brand new Ato Iko taking all those Swiss sidle penetrations. Leo Isaac just collected his third personal. Ato, he wants 2 free throws. The referee says nix.
He was fouled way before he even attempted to go to the basket. You know.
Alan Kaidik gets a screen from Ato. Kaidik driving into heavy traffic. Left-handed shot is good.
It's a great play by Kaidik, challenging the gauntlet put up there by the Añejo Ram 65 team and giving the lead to Great Taste. 72-70 is the count.
You know, your halftime assessment of this being a quality basketball game is absolutely right, and it still holds true up to this point.
There's a pushing foul called against Cabatu. Joe, to even exemplify that without me saying it during the halftime, the two teams really committed very few turnovers in the first half of play. So it's a good ball game, and the people are enjoying it. We have a crowd of about 7,000-8,000 right now.
Yes, almost a sellout crowd. Distrito tries to drop it up. Look at Mamaril. He was doing a Pilita Corrales art and found that he could not sing.
Hindi lang pala niya kaya bumali. No? Oh yeah, the point blank range. 3-point shot by Anejo all the way.
3 points.
And Great Taste is riding high on a 5-point lead.
Atoy has pumped in 7 points here in the third quarter.
And the Añejos look bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Post-up job by Romulo Mamaril didn't pay off. And Alan Caidic is fouled on a preemptive basis. That's the fourth personal. Romulo Mamaril now burdened with 4 personal fouls. Añejo likewise with 14 fouls. Great Taste only 3. 7 minutes and 2 in the balance for the third period.
Sonny Jaworski coming into the ball game for Rudy Distrito. He's personally taking Alan Caidic in defense because he knows Caidic has been going to town, sending Dante Gonzalgo against Bernard Fabiosa.
Atoyco challenges Leo Isaaca. Not enough muscle behind that shot this time, and Romulo Mamaril says it's my ball. Jaworski brings it downtown. Gonzalgo fires on a screen by Leo. The 3-point shot is nothing.
Percentage of Añejo has gone down. There's a baseball pitch to Fabiosa, who uses the twirl.
And this reinforces our belief that Philip Cesar is probably one of the finest pitchers in Philippine basketball.
And if baseball or softball had been a great sport here, he probably would have made it. As an outfielder, at least.
An outfielder at least. At the very least. 77-70. We'll be right back.
And fighting fouls among players, no? So it's a 77-69 count, an 8-point lead being enjoyed by the Great Taste team.
All right, here's Sonny Jaworski.
Good swipe by Bernard Fabiosa, and there's going to be a holding foul called against Chito Loizaga.
More like a pushing foul on the part of Chito Loizaga on Bernie, who was scooting away for the home run.
Yes, again, we have no breakaway foul, because that would have been an easy 2 points for Bernard Fabiosa.
No, this is not the NBA. We still don't have the breakaway rule. So it's just going to be an inbound play for the Blue Shirts of Great Taste.
Although the referees, if they had deemed it proper, if they thought it was right, could have called a deliberate foul.
A deliberate foul, yes.
That would have meant 2 free throws. There's going to be a pushing foul from behind against Cabato, I think. Oh, Caidic. Yes, a pushing foul by Caidic against Ampalayo in that play.
Alan Caidic committed a pushing foul, and Cabato was the guy who suffered the knockdown.
Lost his momentum as Sonny Jaworski came into the picture too. 3-point shot by Chito Loizaga, and now the outside shots are not falling for Añejo. Last touch called against Alan in that play. Good call.
Well, the outside artillery, especially the 3-point bombs of Añejo Ram, have been their most lethal weapon. If they don't work, then they seem to be doomed to perdition. Anyway, here comes Nondan Ampalayo with a follow-up, and it just won't fall.
It's a loose ball foul called against Cabato, who's been pushing everybody underneath. But you see, Joe, I was telling you that Great Taste is a team that also plays very rugged defense.
You were telling me that, and I tend to agree with your assessment of the situation, that alone among the other teams that can cope with a rugged play of Añejo Ram, it would be Great Taste, and we will discuss that. As we pan right back to the battlefield, we find the action continues to bristle with another conversion on the Añejo's side of the basketball court, 77-71.
That broke the silence of Añejo. They were pinned down to 70 points until that 1 point was deducted from them. They were there for quite a while.
That's right. And here comes Alan Caidic, laying it in by a finger roll.
Step in play there. Poor defensive play made by Dante Gonzalgo got out into the picture, allowed Caidic an easy 2 points. 3-point shot by Sonny Jaworski, quite sharp.
Well, Jaworski scored in the first half with a 3-point bomb. He hasn't found his hand since then. Bernie Fabiosa escaping Leo Isaac magnificently.
Oh, Great Taste really coming up with good individual performances here in the third quarter. Atoyco took over, and suddenly Bernard Fabiosa has been into it too.
The floodgates of points have been opened for the Great Taste Instant Milk Masters, but there is a voice in the wilderness sounded by Leo Isaac.
His first 2 points in the third quarter.
81-73, down by 8. The Añejos are with 4.5 to go in this third period. Here's Atoyco. He didn't make it. but grit and gumption were written all over his face just the same.
There's a lot of intensity in the game of Great Taste. They would like to get another victory, to give them a 4-0 lead, remain undefeated, and try to defend this championship well, because they are the defending champions, like we've always been harping. And I think there's a lot of pride among the players in the All Filipino.
Frankly, a lot of people are astonished by the showing of the Great Taste Instant Milk Masters in this particular conference. They've never seen them with such an all-business attitude before.
Yes, if you look at the games that they played against Shell and against the national teams, they were expected to win. But against Pure Foods, that was a big upset, no? And they're trying to add another feather into their cap with this game against Añejo.
Well, they're trying to pick up as many victories as they can, even in these elimination rounds, on account of the carryover system. And Dondonam Palayo is swarmed upon by a quadruple team. Joey Loizaga fires in an off-balance position. His vision likewise eclipsed by a tremendous defense.
It's a great defense being played here by Great Taste. Not only offense, but the defensive game is really telling against the Ginebra team. There's a pushing foul called on Dante.
You don't dare push Philip Cesar, because he is going to fall about a mile away. He is one of the finest exponents of the method system of acting.
That's right. 17 fouls now called against Añejo, only 5 against Great Taste. Jaworski gets the rebound.
The big J is lost flying in the air as he zigzags down court to Chito Loizaga. Brother Joey inside heavy traffic. Jaworski, leisurely shot, top of the key, won't go. Battle for the rebound. Dante Gonzalgo against Philip Cesar. Foul is going to go against
Philip.
Third personal for the Tapal artist.
And the 16 foul called against Great Taste.
Here's Dondonam Palayo. He finally got something at point-blank range.
But that was Philip's fault. He was complaining to the referee about the call, so he came into the picture defensively a little bit too late.
That's right. 3:27 to go. We're still in the third period. 82-75. Atoico.
Not only making the shot, but getting the foul from Dante Gonzalgo. He was about to be replaced by Arnie Tuadles, but maybe the Lupan recalls Arnie back to the bench. Atoy just did a great move there.
You know, by his performance tonight, Atoico is proving that anybody who says he's downhill is a bow-legged monkey.
Missing another free throw. He has missed 2 free throws here in the third quarter, but his shooting has been accurate from the field.
84-75 are the figures. Cross court. Gonzalgo. Yes.
Good pass there by Sonny Jaworski. A good point guard. You can teach everybody how to pass, but you can't teach a player how to see, and Sonny can see the court.
That's right. Bernie Fabiosa works it to low post. Atoico escapes Gonzalgo beautifully. Runs smack into a rampart of defenders, and one of them has got to acknowledge the foul. Ampalayo. Second personal for Dondon.
Ampalaya to help out as again Atoy beat Gonzalgo to the play there. Atoy's been running circles around Gonzalgo. I think there's going to be some defensive adjustments made as Sonny points to some players to pick up Atoico, you know.
Oh, they need some defensive adjustments if they want to stop Atoico from running berserk any further.
How many points does he have? 19 already in this ballgame?
Let's check that. Exactly. 19.
Plus 3 misses from the 15-foot line, where he used to be such a great shooter from that area. Oh, that was a good play by Sonny. Offensive rebound by Joey Loizaga.
Too wide off the glass. Scramble for the leather, won by Alan Caidic. Here's Bernie Fabiosa galloping down court against Chito Loizaga. Joel Santos suddenly made his presence felt by getting fouled by Chito. Fourth personal for Loizaga.
Ko is now being replaced by Arnie Tuadles. He has certainly done his share.
And he's certainly one of our top contenders for our Jollibee Best Player of the Game award.
I would think so, Joe, because he already has 19 points. He's only been averaging 12 points, which is pretty high for Atoy already in this conference. He has 19 points in this ball game already. Joel Santos getting his 3rd point from the 15-foot line. Look at Great Taste. They're enjoying a 10-point lead after spotting Ginebra by as much as 13.
87-77. Again, the chink in the Añejo armor showing very blatantly in this ball game.
Well, those are outside shots that they really need to go in right now, because Great Taste has played good defense on the outside. Alan Caidic from the outside missing, and Arnie Tuadles good offensive rebound and the follow-up. So Gonzalgo can't guard anybody. There he was guarding Arnie Tuadles, and Arnie scored off it.
89-79, back to a double-digit advantage for the Instant Milk Masters, and Joey Loizaga's ball was knocked away by Joel Santos with a foul going against Santos. Did I say his ball? I'm sorry. It belongs to everybody.
Off a screen.
The snapshot didn't work. Jaworski.
Presence of mind on the part of Jaworski. He's one of the few guards who can really go to the offensive rebounds world. Another guy that I know very well is, of course, B-Boy Rabanes. No, but Sonny is a member of an elite club, I think, with 1,000 offensive rebounds. More than 1,000 offensive.
More than 1,000 offensive rebounds. Right. 89-82.
And that's not an easy thing to do. You might think that because of the longevity of his stay in the PBA, you know, it's not easy to get offensive rebounds.
Okay, here's Arnie Tuadlis inside Joel Santos. Let's see what he does with it. Good defense played by Chito Loizaga and Dondon Ampalayo, and Joel Loizaga plucks it off the air, and the Añejos are on the attack, down by only 7 points. They're getting their act together again. Jaworski from top of the key, bullseye.
Well, it's a 5-point bench there by Sonny Jaworski to bring back the team. They're just down by 5 right now with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Reminds you of the match between Boris Becker and Stefan Edberg, Dr. J.
A lot of volleys.
Yes.
Palitan ng score, lamang.
Oh, Philip went up without the ball. Thanks to the quick hands of Chito Loizaga. The Golden Scavenger is a throne now being claimed by Joel Santos.
You can see the intensity of the ball game on the part of both teams. They're fighting for the ball when it goes down. Even Philip was fighting for the ball there, and that kept the ball alive.
Here's Dani Gonzalgo getting a wide screen from Chito Loizaga. Joey connects from the three-point region. 91-87. A beleaguered Great Taste squad trying to recover from what seemed like a cluster of knockout punches delivered their way by the Añejos.
Both of the teams are in penalty, Joe. It's going to be a very close match, I feel.
This is going to be another dead hit or a photo finish, and Joey Loizaga keeps on going. He goes to brother Chito.
And Joey packs against Sonny Jaworski, both of them down on the floor. The momentum he couldn't control in that play, no?
Arnie Tuadlis. Foul, Chito. And Chito Loizaga is now teetering on the brink of disqualification. He's the most logical candidate for Showerville with a good 13 seconds to go in this third period and all of 12 minutes in the final quarter. He's going to be a big loss. They'll have to replace him.
41, Loizaga.
And the bench responds by fielding Mamaril, and Chito is going to be kept on hold for quite a while.
Yes, Chito scored pretty well from the field, but what was important was that he played very good defense against whoever he was assigned. Arnie Tuadlis with 14 make that 15 points right now.
Well, Arnie Tuadlis is one of the Instant Milk Masters, heaving a big sigh of relief.
You know, he's been averaging 24 points, joining the high of 30 the other night against Shell. But his points have been coming from fast breaks and outside shots, and he couldn't really post up well against Chito. 3-point shot by Joey.
The bazookas are now being unveiled by the Añejos. Coming out of nowhere, Jaworski pulls off the steal. Too late. It's 0 hour for the third quarter. We shall return. Jay?
Yes. Añejo trailing by 1 point against Great Taste. Great Taste enjoying a big lead midway into the third quarter. Sonny going for the lead, missing it, and Sonny Cabatu back into the ball game, clearing the defensive boards.
Atoy Ko goes on a diagonal pass. Arnie Tuadlis saves it from going out of bounds. Philip Cesar. Oh, he should have taken the shot himself. Joey from the three-point region.
Joey almost had it. He's really hot under there. Hook shot by Joey, and he gets the lead.
Sheer tenacity by the Añejos are keeping their heads above water in this searing match with the Great Taste Instant Milk Masters. They're now ahead, 94-93.
It promises to be a very exciting fourth quarter, Joe, the way the game is being played and the intensity of both squads.
Well, you did foresee that as early as the third period. Here's Atoy Ko.
Still having a field day with his posting up play. Atoy with 21 points in the ball game, Joe.
Well, he was put back into harness when Baby Dalupan sends trouble from the Añejos, and he's responding to the occasion, but right now
he picks up his fourth personal foul.
Wow. That's his fourth personal.
Third, I'm sorry.
Oh, third personal, okay.
That was my fault.
Joey Luizaga against Atoy. Sonny Cabato hits the deck. Mamaril gave him his butt, and it was a very sharp butt. Jaworski, vintage J at work.
What do you call that kind of a shot? Jackknife.
Well, a patented jackknife, Jaworski jackknife. That would have been a spectacular save by Jaworski were it not for the intervention of Bernie Fabiosa. But he's losing it to Jaworski again. Aldo ng Palayo, 2-on-1.
Jaworski had to dive to save that ball, to get it. Fabiosa giving up the foul against Ampalayo.
A lot of people were already blaming the Big J for being responsible for blowing up that 13-point advantage back in the first half. But now he has more than amply redeemed himself by displaying the flashes of brilliance that really has endeared him to the hearts of millions of basketball fans throughout the archipelago.
Really tenacity on their part. This team of the Añejo, if you look at the team, you might compare it to others and there are not many superstars, but then the fighting heart is really big in this team,
That is the unquantifiable factor that makes the PBA such an attractive proposition.
A lot of good players in this ball game. Ampalayo also 19 points in the ball game right now.
98-95 are the exact figures with 10-15 in the balance for the ball game. Atoyko reeled back about a mile with a foul being slapped against Jaworski, his second personal.
It's quite safe at this point. Usually Jaworski at this point might have 3 or 4 fouls. That's only his second personal foul, and he can still play very tough defense against anybody. Look at
that's
him.
exactly what he's doing against Atoyko. Bernie Fabiosa with a Houdini act.
The old crew of Atoy and Bernard working very hard in this ball game. The Crispo boys. Now with great pace.
The terrible troika of Philip Cesar, Atoyko, and Bernie Fabiosa. Dondon and Palayo against Philip. Here's Dante Gonzalgo.
Ooh. A nice ball game, Joe.
Breathtaking. And look at Sonny Cabato.
Wow. He wants to get into the act too, using his strength and speed against Romulo Mamaril.
That's a move I seldom see him do. He unwrapped it tonight for this special occasion against the Añejos. And now he just got into the business end of Mamaril's elbow. A fact unseen by the refs.
Joe is really going hot.
Is blowing wild to the tune of 16 points already. 102-99. Añejo up by 3. 9:13 to go in this ball game. Great taste. Immaculate record now severely threatened by the Añejos.
Very good call by Ocampo. I think they deserve that. It's an illegal defense called against Añejo.
Warning on Añejo round 65. Ampalayo for illegal defense.
Dondon and Palayo was singled out as the culprit in that case of illegal defense. Alan Kaidik checks in for Arnie Twadlis. Arnie has been very effectively shackled by Jaworski.
Earlier it was Chito Loizaga.
Earlier it was Chito Loizaga, yes. Now Jaworski is taking on Alan Kaidik. Dondon and Palayo is on Alan. Jaworski waits for the ball to fall. And here is Sonny Cabato forcing up the shot and fishing the foul from the Big J. His third personal.
Foul, Jaworski.
2 free throws for Sonny Cabato, who himself is in double figures in this ball game with 14 points, Joe.
He's scored the first 6 points for great taste in this basketball game.
That's right.
A lot of revelations uncorking in the PBA All-Filipino Conference. At the rate the All-Filipino has been producing such stunning results lately, Dr. J, we no longer refer to these doubleheaders as weekday or weekend offerings, but weekend or weekday shockers.
And thrillers too, partner?
Right. Mamaril.
Good assist pass again by Jaworski. He made the play possible for Romulo Mamaril. Tap from behind called against Joey Loizaga. That's going to be a foul.
8:40 to play in what promises to be another cliffhanger of a basketball game. Joey Loizaga has been debited with his second personal.
Technical foul, Fabiosa.
And a technical foul is slapped on Bernie Fabiosa.
Sonny Jaworski immediately caused Joey Loizaga to go to the other end to take the technical free throw.
Here's the technical foul shot. 105 to 100. Añejo up by 5.
That was a good choice by Sunny. The guy was really going hot from the field. He sends him to the 15-foot line, makes the free throw. It's a 5-point lead being enjoyed by Añejo. But like you say, it's like a ping-pong tennis match. Lead has been changing in this ball game.
Ampalayo is on Alan Kaidig. Joey Loizaga shadowing Bernie Fabiosa. Alan Kaidig extricates. Yes, sir. That three-point shot was partially made responsible by a great pick from Bernie Fabiosa. Did I say made responsible? I meant made possible. 105 to 103. Wow, we're lapsing in some serious grammatical errors here. Okay, Bernie is on Jaworski. You were about to say, Dr. J.
It's all right.
Ampalayo gives it over to Joey. Tenacity keeping the ball in the territory of Añejo Ram. Dante Gonzalgo goes to Jaworski.
That was a bad fall on the part of Añejo. Cabato got into the picture. That was a bad fall.
Gonzalgo suffered the fall. And let's take a look at that again in slow-mo.
See, this is what I was saying. This is really a rugged game.
Okay, watch this very closely. The drive by Dante Gonzalgo. Wow. Right over the shoulder of Sonny Cabato.
You know, the worst thing for a player to do, the deliberate foul called on Cabato. Gonzalgo called for the technical foul. However, as he was really going against Cabato because he didn't like the way he fell in that play. You know, when you're up in the air, partner, you're light as a feather. And when you lose your balance, you know, when you come down, it's going to be very difficult to control yourself.
That's right. Well, they say that a man is probably no more helpless than he is when he is in midair.
That's like the weightlessness of gravity coming into the picture, you know.
That's one of the basic principles of judo, Dr. J. That's why a small guy can really beat a much bigger guy as long as he can get him in midair, off the ground. 105 to 104, 1-point lead for Añejo Ram. They need these charities very badly to bail them out of the big fix that they found themselves in the midst of a counter-uprising by the Instant Milk Masters.
Gonzalgo missing the free throw, and Fabiosa is now being replaced by Pido Harencio.
Well, 2-point lead certainly is a lot more comfortable than a 1-point advantage. 106 to 104, 7:46 in the balance for this ball game. Pido Harencio playing the point for the blue shirts. Snapshot from the corner. Alan continues to miss his rifle. He probably left it at home. 7.5 to go. Score unchanged. Still a 2-point lead for Añejo. Loizaga against Ko. Oh, he threaded the needle, but didn't find the hook.
There's going to be a pushing foul called against Ampalayo in that play.
Third personal for Dondon.
14 fouls called against Añejo, 3 against Great Taste, 7:21 left in this ball game.
Dondon Ampalayo has been running hot and cold in this ball game. In the second quarter, he was very explosive. A kick by Dondon Ampalayo. It's going to be an inbound for Great Taste.
Plus the shot clock being reset to 25 seconds. Cristobal being sent to the scorer's bench. Let's see who he is going to replace.
Alan Kaidig. No. Philip. So Mike Cristobal will do the honors from the left sideline with Baby Dalupan immediately behind him. Pido Harencio goes to Alan, quickly picked up. He escapes Jaworski. He extricates himself from Dondon Ampalayo, misses the 15-footer, and somehow he is absolutely disgusted with himself.
Over the back foul called against Ko in that play.
Fourth personal for Atoy. There's been no movement in the scoreboard for a long while now. 106 to 104 is still a 2-point lead for Añejo. Here comes Jaworski leaning into the chest of Pido Harencio, missing the frontal assault to the basket, but drawing a foul from by Cristobal.
Ampalayo has a big mismatch there if he's going to be picked up by Cristobal. He's taller and he works the inside much better. We have a timeout, Joe. We need this ceasefire.
Timeout, Great Taste, Instant Milk.
Jaworski inbounding for the Añejos. They're protecting a 2-point lead. Okay, they come out of the stock formation. Joey receives it. Gets it right back to the Big J. The way they're moving the ball right now, it looks like they're going to go to their outside artillery again.
Trying to set up some plays, but the defense of Great Taste working very well. They only have 6 seconds left on their shot clock, and they're still on the outside. Sunny has to find somebody to take the shot. Joey does, and he makes it.
A 19-footer by Joey Loizaga gives Añejo a 4-point lead, 108 to 104. Here's Sunny Cabatu. You know, it's been a very physical confrontation here between Cabatu and Romulo Mamaril. And somebody lapsed on defense there, leaving Atoyko open for that 3-point bomb.
They were so concentrated on the inside Joe that actually 2 guys had open shots. That was Kaidik and at the same time Ko. Eventually Ko getting the 3-point shot, and the lead has been cut down to only 1.
Well, he's the better candidate for those 3-point shots with Alan Kaidik's rifle very rusty tonight. Joey Loizaga against Atoy. And Atoy played magnificent defense against Joey. An all-around game being displayed here by the legendary Atoy. And we have a scramble for the loose leather won by Cristobal. 108 to 107. The Instant Milk Masters going for the instant lead. And what a way to go. Way to go, Dr. J. By a 3-point shot.
Yes, 2 3-point shots. All of a sudden, you're on top by 2.
110 to 108. 5:20 to go. I don't know if we are going to have any emotion left for the second game after this extremely draining experience. Another big bomb exploded by Jaworski.
It's a great game, Joe. 110 all with only 5 minutes left. And too bad somebody has to win and somebody has to lose this ball game, because I think they're playing outstanding basketball tonight.
And all the elements are here, including pathos. All right. Unproductive thrust by Great Taste. Pido Harencio ran interference, a futile attempt.
Pass wasn't very accurate because Sonny could have had a layup if the pass was thrown in front of him, you know. He was way ahead of the pack in that play.
Pito has a tall order in his hands, coping with a big J. Here comes the big J, looking to exploit the mismatch.
Yes, the power play of Sonny working against a less experienced and shorter guy.
Yes, while he can physically overpower Pido Harencio any day of the week, twice on Sundays.
That's true, partner. That's a fact. And he did that very wisely in that play, slowly but surely. 14 points for Sonny Jaworski. Missing the free throw again, something that bothered him in their last loss, you know. In their loss against Alaska, he missed 3 free throws in the 4th quarter.
Well, let's see if Jaworski will find that stripe as his Waterloo again.
You know, Baby's going to match up Bernard Fabiosa after he saw Sonny post up Pido Harencio in that last play. 67% from the free throw line is Sonny Jaworski, making the second to give them a 1-point lead.
Well, Bernie Fabiosa is really no bigger than Pido Harencio, but he's got a lot more speed and a lot more experience.
I think he's a much tougher player too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bob. We have a truce. Color man, Mr. Mendoza. We've got a loose ball foul.
In and out in that 3-point shot for Atoyko. Half in, half out. Mamaril pushing off against Cabatu, caught for the foul. That's going to be his 5th personal foul.
Going back to our radio panel, in case you have to leave your television sets for one reason or another, then you can catch this coverage on your radios. That's right, 738 on your AM band. And I was referring to Mr. Mendoza as his first name is Al Mendoza, one of our favorite columnists. And Ed Pixon is flanked to his left by Miss Pilar Bustamante, our radio producer, who will be celebrating her birthday on the 9th. Mike Cristobal drops it off to Sonny Cabatu. It stays in the backyard of Great Taste.
They will keep the ball, Joe, with 12 seconds left in their shot clock. Pilar's birthday, huh?
That's right.
Saturday.
Everybody's free.
Sonny giving up a foul against Kaidik, so he'll take 2 from the 15-foot line. That's going to be his 4th personal foul.
Time left, 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Just a 1-point lead for Añejo. And still, speaking of birthdays, we'd also like to felicitate our very fine game barker here, Mr. Bochi Castro.
Bochi is not a familiar nickname, partner. You can mistake it for the other sex.
Well, he's the son of the late PBA Executive Secretary Pepito Castro, and he's been doing a great job announcing the substitutions, the decisions of the referees, and the last 2 minutes, which is still about 2 minutes and 16 seconds away.
Exactly. Kaidik making 2 free throws to give Great Taste a 1-point lead. Another game that might go down the wire, Joe.
So hang on to your wires. These two ball clubs are bound to break right through them.
Put on your seat belts. You might fly out of your seats.
Romulo Mamaril against the spread eagle Sonny Cabato. Bernie Fabiosa trailing Joey Lizaga all the way. Looks like, yes, his zealousness in guarding Joey Lizaga backfired on him. That is his fourth personal.
Philip Cesar now being sent to the scorer's bench. I wonder, he might come in for Cristobal. Yes. The others have been playing very well, you know, to take them out of the ball game at this time.
You never cease to amaze me, Dr. J. You can read Baby Dalupan's mind like the palm of your own hand.
Watching basketball for quite a while, and he's been around for quite a while too.
Well, he's been around a lot longer than you, that's for sure. Okay, Jaworski misses. Good defensive job done by Atoyko. Bernie goes to Alan, quickly to Philip. Philip dances inside. He bubbled. But there's going to be a foul. Dondon Ampalayo's fifth personal. He too is on the brink of disqualification.
In penalty situation, in effect, here's Philip trying to make that getaway, gets the first step. Ampalayo swipes it from behind, and referee Bayais makes a foul, calls the foul.
112 to 111. Great Days is an opportunity to make it a more comfortable and solid 2-point lead.
Philip makes it off the bench.
Well, the guy who was kept in the freezer for a long time on account of picking up his fifth personal very early in the ball game, actually towards the close of the third period, is back in harness. They need him very badly at this point. He has just replaced Dondon Ampalayo, who is suffering from the same malady of 5 personals.
Getting to be a bad sickness there.
Yes.
3-point lead being enjoyed by the Great Taste Milk Masters.
114 to 111. 3:32 to go. Dante Gonzalgo. Well, in his usual daredevil style, he has managed to keep Ginebra's hopes alive, or Añejo's hopes alive in this basketball game. But Chito Lizaga shot very ably deflected. Action shift to the opposite side. Kai Dick from the 3-point region. Way offline, way offline. Jaworski banging bodies with Sonny Cabato. It was King Kong.
And that's his fifth personal foul too.
You know, I was wondering where Philip Cesar was going. Actually, he was going to retrieve
Cabato.
Sonny Cabato from the trash can where he fell.
30 seconds into the timeout.
I thought Philip was going to confront somebody there at the ringside section, possibly heckling him. Turned out that Sonny Cabato was still there lingering in the garbage can. And there is Sonny Cabato.
It's a 30-second injury timeout being requested by Great Taste. But you know, Sonny's all right. He's just taking a rest because he's been playing very hard in this ball game.
3 minutes and 9 seconds to go. 114 to 111.
Jaworski picking up some quick fouls here in the fourth quarter. He's got 5 right now. So guys in foul trouble, mostly on the part of Ginebra. Dondon Ampalayo, Chito Lizaga, and Sonny with 5 fouls apiece.
And to think that this is supposed to be only a curtain raiser. Wow, this is going to be a very tough act to follow for Purefoods in Alaska, who will be tangling in our main event right after our 12-minute PTV4 news break.
Great Taste doing very well from the 15-foot line with these crucial charities. Earlier, Philip Cesar, and Alan Kaidik. Now, Sonny Cabato missing the second, and there's going to be an over-the-back foul called on Cabato. Good call by referee Juno Campo. And they are in penalty also, partner.
Wow, we've got a wagon load of guys all tittering on the brink of disqualification. And there is the first casualty, Sonny Cabato. Boy, he picked himself out of the garbage can only to find himself in Showerville. 2 very unlikely places for a real tough hombre like him to find himself.
He's become a great trooper also. Dante Gonzalgo going to the 15-foot line with 9 points. We have another timeout. We'll be back.
A bigger-than-life close-up of Dante Gonzalgo looking for his 10th marker and a chance to put Añejo a lot closer than they are right now. He fails with his first crack. A great basketball game unfolding here with the Ultra, and you're watching it all live thanks to PTV4. I can remember a time when we couldn't show the first game live because of the programming difficulties. Now you're seeing it all live, the doubleheader.
Yes, Joe, it's really a big treat to the fans. I'm sure the basketball fans really appreciate it. Gonzalo missing the shot, but foul going to the basket. You know, as we were saying, Joe, before when the first game was delayed, more or less you knew what team already had won. And, you know, because of the time, at 11 o'clock, you might not watch the game. But here, you're enjoying a great basketball game, and the airtime being provided by PTV4.
Thanks to the gallant management of PTV4, headed by Mr. Dodilim Calco. And we've got 3 minutes and 2 seconds in the balance for this basketball game. Second time around on the 15-foot line here for Dante Gonzalo. But looks like the pressure is exacting its toll on this guy who seems to have nerves made of steel.
Rudy Distrito coming in for Joey Loizaga, who played the great mid-third and early fourth quarter. Now Sonny's hoping to get some fresh action from Rudy Distrito, who's been schooling his feet down there by the bench. No?
That's right.
Both of the teams are in penalty.
Alan Kaidik posting low against Jaworski.
Sonny couldn't really play very tough defense against him because he has 5 personal fouls.
I was only token defense put up there by the Big J, and you can bet Alan will keep on doing that. Here comes the Big J on his offensive side of the floor. A failure by the Big J. They're still down by 4. Bernie Papioza beating the sound barrier. Philip Cesar continues the fluid motion. Hold it, fellows, says the baseline ref.
Blocking foul there. Gonzalo, that's going to be his 5th personal foul. 2 free throws for Philip. A 4-point lead being enjoyed by Great Taste.
And Dante Gonzalo joins that elite group with the dubious distinction of hovering on the brink of perdition. That is, with 5 personals apiece.
Philip still doing well from the 15-foot line. 14 points now for Philip.
118 to 113. We'd like to repeat, both clubs are in penalty. 2:26 to go.
Great Taste fighting to remain undefeated in this All-Filipino Conference. Their last 2 games are going to be against Pure Foods and San Miguel.
You know what is particularly astounding about the performance of Great Taste tonight is the fact that they have not only put on a lot more teeth to their offensive sock, but also to their defense.
Yes.
Jaworski goes to Gonzalo, momentarily open. He goes up against Philip.
Off the glass by Gonzalo, just a 4-point lead.
Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes.
We're into the twilight zone. This is where they're playing bottom line basketball. Jaworski. It's the end of the line for the Big J. So all of a sudden, from the horizon, looms the question, how will Añejo fare with all its heart and soul?
Well, they probably will get Joey Loizaga back into the ballgame. He has played quite steadily in this ballgame. Kaidik really fishing for that last foul of Jaworski. He knew Jaworski was in foul trouble and he wanted to get him out of the ballgame.
You know, the way Alan Kaidik played Jaworski in these last few minutes, he's a man after the heart of Vic Villavicencio, who everybody knows is a great fisherman.
Yes. Vic, one of the owners, together with Coach Tito Iduque of the famed Kamayan Saisaki restaurant chain of restaurants.
It's becoming a chain longer and longer by the day, Tucker J. As Alan Kaidik sings his first charity to give Great Taste a 5-point lead with 1:46 to go. Romulo Mamaril checks in for Dante Gonzalo.
Yeah, Great Taste really has to thank their good free throw shooting in this ball game. Here in the last few minutes, they were given a lot of free throws by the referees because of the fouls of Añejo, and they were able to capitalize on it.
Another ceasefire. And then his participation is limited strictly to calling the play from the bench for Añejo Ram. They're still down by 6 points with 1:44 to go. Baseline drive thwarted by Bernie Fabioza. That's going to be a foul on Bernie.
Well, Sonny, I think, called for a play, opted to go for a quick 2 points. The game is far from over with 1:42. If you can cut down the lead to 4, you have several good defensive plays coming up for you. You can get yourself back into the ball game quickly.
And looking around here with the Ultra, Dr. J, I must say the kind of crowd we have tonight far surpasses even our wildest expectations. I thought we would have at the most about 8,000 people, but it looks a lot more than that right now.
That's right. I think they both know that we're going to have two good games. So far, this one has been great. We hope the other one will be better.
Well, I'll tell you something, Dr. J. You're being humble. I think they knew you were going to be around tonight. Anyway, a minute and 35 to go. 121 to 117. Rudy Distrito jumps up and down like a guy who was stripped of his pants. He was called for his fourth personal.
Well, that stopped the clock for them and sent Bernard Fabiosa to the 15-foot line. Although Great Taste as a team has been shooting great from the 15-foot line. Bernard now, some pressure being put on. He has played well in this ball game. He can deliver.
122 to 117. Now the terrible troika of Philip Cesar, Atoyko, and Bernie Fabiosa is probably responsible for this big upsurge in Great Taste mania throughout the country.
Yes, plus, of course, Alan Kaidik helping it along. And they're the best five that they have on the court right now, together with Arnie Tuadles.
Oh, let's not forget Arnie, of course. Here's Rudy Distrito unveiling another suicidal drive, failing. Tuadles clears the board.
That was a very important offensive play there for Añejo, and now Great Taste can make use of the clock. They have a 6-point lead.
You can watch them chew up the time bit by agonizing bit. Agonizing for Añejo.
And they might force Añejo to throw up some three-point shots in the ensuing offensive play. No?
Philip. He failed. Loose ball foul. So Bernie Fabiosa is now in fine company. He joins Sonny Jaworski and two other guys in exile. We have a timeout. Signaling a timeout. There was no timeout, and Rudy Distrito came up with a split on his two charities. It's 123 to 119. 47 seconds to go. Great Taste now has the luxury of chewing up that clock. Alan Kaidik. Here in the second half that he really came into his own, exploding to the tune of how many points now?
34.
34. Wow.
It's the fourth quarter. He has 15 points in the fourth quarter. Distrito opting to go for the easy 2 points, hoping to get fouled. And that could be it for Añejo. Great Taste now can really protect a 6-point lead.
Well, they still have to clear the 10-second line.
Oh, that's going to be an interception there.
Here's Joey Loizaga going strong for the hoop. Defended well by Arnie Tuadles. Dondan Apalayo twice fails, but he got it on the third try. The patented Ginebra tenacity, determination paying off with 15 seconds to go. They're down by 4 points, and Dondan Apalayo has a 3-point opportunity in his hands.
That's right. That could cut down the lead to 3, and they could still be very much in the ball game if they could come up with a steal. Of course, Atoyko is already lurking there in the background. Joey sees him there. And Ampalayo with a very crucial free throw. He misses deliberately, hoping for an offensive rebound. And Great Taste will now put the clincher here as there's a foul by Rudy Distrito against Harencio.
Well, Rudy Distrito really had no other option. With 9 seconds to go, he's now praying that Pito Harencio is going to miss both charities. Otherwise, it's going to be curtains on Añejo's hopes of upending the league leaders right now.
4-point lead looks very safe at this point, although Harencio misses the first. 5 could really clinch it for them at this point, no?
Yes, sirree.
The 4 looks pretty safe, though. Let's see what Harencio does with the second free throw. He's only got 2 points in the ballgame. The veterans have done the work for Great Taste tonight. He misses the second, but how do you shoot a 4-point shot, partner? And Ampalayo loses the ball.
Well, all speculation ends right here. And Great Taste is still safely on track in its quest for a defense of its all-Filipino crown. The final tally, 125-121. We shall return with our Jollibee best player right after this.
So final score po is 125 to 121. Panalo po ang Presto o ang Great Taste ng 4 points. Talagang kita-kita nyo naman, napaka-physical ng game. Ang daming foul trouble. Makikita nyo, merong na punching foul, merong na technical, and through the effort po ng aking mga kasamang veterano na si Philip Cesar, Atoyko, si si Arnie Tuadles at saka si Bernard Pabiosa, na overcome po namin yung lamang ng Anejo at eventually nanalo po kami, and yun po, napakagandang experience for us kasi po if I'm not mistaken, parang pang-apat na game po namin ito dito sa All Filipino, and 4-0 start po itong Great Taste Instant Game dito sa year na to. Kami po ang defending champion dito sa tournament na ito kasi po nung rookie year ko noong 1987, nag-champion po kami ng All Filipino. Hindi po nakalaro si Abby King dito sa season na to kasi po injured siya, kaya medyo kulang-kulang din po yung lineup namin. At saka po, yun nga, eventually, naging maganda ang umabot kami ng semifinals, pero hindi po kami nag-champion dito sa year na to. So, pero overall, napakagandang experience po para sa akin na nakalaban ko po at saka naging kakampi ko, mga veterano na iniidolo ko dati, na naging teammates ko. So, yun po, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat, and once again, Merry Christmas po sa inyo, and hopefully this coming New Year ay mabigyan tayo ng isang napakagandang panimula sa 2021 na maging normal na po yung ating everyday lives. So mabuhay po tayo, keep safe and healthy, and see you sa next video. Salamat po.